Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. We are flying through this term. Week 5 means that we really only have 3 full weeks left and then that little half week at the end, so 3.5 weeks. And believe me, now that we're past the halfway point, the rest of the time is going to fly by. Now, that sounds good, but at the same time, we do have a lot of ground to cover. So let's get to the materials for this week. Now, we had it kind of teased a little bit last week, Excel. But this week we're going to get into it. We're going to jump in with both feet right into the deep end, and you guys are going to swim. You're going to learn to swim very, very quickly. So we're going to be doing some Excel stuff this week and then next week as well. Now, Microsoft Office Suite. We've already touched upon probably two of the more common, the easier programs with Outlook and Word. Going to Excel, we're with the one that's probably least known by students. I mean, some of you will know it well, but least known by most students, and the one that they find most intimidating. But what's interesting is whatever career you're going into doesn't really matter. Excel is one of these programs that is basically applicable anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're criminal justice or if you're childhood education or social work or you're going to go to the medical field. Excel is one of these programs that really is beneficial to anybody. And frankly, even outside of your career, in the home, your personal budgeting, preparing for your kid's birthday party, Christmas gift lists, all sorts of stuff like that. Excel can really help a lot. So we're going to talk about Excel. You're going to watch that video that I posted on Excel. It's just a very introductory video. I'm going to be posting between this through this week and next week a whole bunch of Excel tutorials that I put together. Watch them, take a look. There are other ones that you can watch in the lecture series this week and the lecture notes this week and then for next week. But I have a bunch too that I think are just kind of helpful, straightforward. They're kind of basic. In fact, some of them will kind of mirror some of the assignments you're going to be doing either this week or next week. So I'm going to be getting those up probably in the next couple of days. So you're going to see a whole bunch of videos being posted. So don't just flip by them or scroll by them. Definitely take some time to look at them. They're going to be really helpful. So in the discussion board this week, we're going to be talking about Excel, and kind of like what we did with Word, we're going to approach Excel the same way. Basically, with what you know now about Excel, what are a couple of things that you think the uninitiated Excel user needs to know? So if you could focus on 3 things or something like that that you would tell this person who doesn't really understand Excel, what would those 3 things be? Now, when it comes to the discussion boards, remember, it doesn't have to just be that. All right, those discussion prompts are good and answer them, definitely. But don't leave it just there. If you want to talk more about Excel and your previous experiences with Excel or some of the concerns you might have, that's great. I'd love to hear it. If you want to talk about how you might use Excel on the job in the future or how you might use Excel personally in your own life, that's great too. The more you say, the better. Remember, with these discussion boards, you guys are learning from each other. You're not just learning from me. In fact, most of it should be you guys learning from each other. So the more new information you bring to these threads, the better off it's going to be for everybody. And frankly, the better grade you're going to get, okay? Content really matters. So get into that discussion board as quickly as possible. Really start to kind of play with these ideas about Excel and challenge your classmates. And then when it comes to the assignments, there's one Excel-based assignment this week, and it's basically just developing 2 different kinds of charts. That's it. What you need to do is follow the instructions to the letter, okay? One of them is called the fruit survey, and you're going to actually start putting together a table where you list different fruits and then the numbers, and then you put together a pie chart. Now, in the instructions, there are little Roman numerals where it says Roman numeral 1, 2, 3. You don't need to put that in. That's just for your own kind of assistance. Just the names of those individual things and then the numbers, and then you're going to create your chart from that kind of rudimentary table. So that's one of the things you're going to be doing. The other thing is this workplace readiness thing, this ACT assessment, and this is part of the NCRC. This is the National Career Readiness Certificate. And so you're going to be taking these little ACT assessments in different classes. You may have taken some already, I don't know. This class, you're going to be doing one on information gathering, information literacy. And what the goal is for you to do all of these. I think there's 5 different parts, so that by the end of your time at Bryant Stratton, you get this NCRC, this certificate, basically saying that you are career ready, that these skills that you've been developing through these tests, you can show to an employer and say, look, I have this certification saying that I've got all the basics down pat, and I'm really good at that stuff. So we're going to be doing the practice test this week. Next week, the bulk of the work next week is going to be doing the test itself, so I'll have a lot more to say then. So we've got that one Excel assignment that you're going to be working on, and we've got the practice questions for the ACT assessment, and we've got, of course, the discussion board. You can go into the practice folder and do some of those assignments. I highly recommend you do that. At the bottom of that folder, you're going to see the appropriate solution files. So just when you're done, compare what you get with that solution file, see if you're right on or if you're a little off or something like that. And again, as I said last week, same thing goes this week for the discussion board. If you want extra credit, do a video post. You do a video post, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm doing it with my laptop here at home, right? No big deal. If you do one of these and have that be your initial post, a video post, you're going to earn 10 points on top of whatever grade you get in the discussion board this week. So, as always, ask questions. You can email me, you can call me, you can text me, you can get me on Skype during my office hours. But if you have questions, please just reach out, folks. Thanks.